Now, just moments ago, Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger made his second court appearance since his extradition from Pennsylvania. I want to take you live now to Moscow, where Brian Enton is standing by with what happened in this court hearing. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Marni. Yeah, it was a very, very quick court hearing. I would say just about 10 minutes or so. And we learned that they are going to have a preliminary hearing, which is a big deal, but it's not going to be until June 26th. So almost 6 months from now. So we are likely not going to learn much more about this case until June. The lawyer for Bryan Kohberger basically saying that they did want to have the hearing, but they needed time to go over all the details of the case. And the prosecution and the defense agreed that June would be a good time for that. They estimated that this preliminary hearing that starts in June will last anywhere from 3 to 5 days. And again, it's going to be significant, Marni, because at the preliminary hearing, the way the law works here in Idaho, more evidence will come out and both sides will be able to question witnesses. So we may hear from people we haven't heard from before, like the surviving roommate who saw the killer walk by, according to police. Take a look at this video. I believe this is video. You know, this is actually not video from today. This is from last time, because I noticed Kohberger was wearing a different outfit. You see there, this is from the last hearing last week. He was in a different shirt today. He was in a T-shirt today. When he came in, Marni, very quiet, like normal, didn't look back at anyone sitting in the audience, just sort of looked straight ahead, answered the judge's questions, and it was short, and things will sort of be at a standstill, at least for the public, until mid-June, Marni.
Brian, inside of the courtroom, were the families present this morning? What was the composition of the folks who were allowed in?
Yeah, the families were not there from what we could tell, because last time they were in the front row and we didn't see any family members this time. I'm told that Kaylee Gonzalez's family decided that they were going to watch this on Zoom. It was just too much for them to be here today. I mean, you can imagine how emotional it is, Marni, because it's a small courtroom. So where they sit in the front row, they're very, very close to Kohberger, just a couple feet away, which is obviously extremely overwhelming to be that close to the man accused of killing your loved one. We're also told that the prosecutors have been in constant communication with the families. So basically they update them and let them know, look, this is going to be a significant hearing. We think you should be there, or this is going to be a short hearing, really just a scheduling hearing. And that was the case today. Very, very short. They just wanted to schedule this preliminary hearing. So the indication is the prosecution let the families know, like, hey, it might not be worth the hardship and the emotional toll of coming today. We'll just keep you posted with what happens.
Brian, describe what Kohberger looked like, how he acted, any characteristics that stood out to you about his appearance this morning, different than when we saw him the first time in the video people are seeing now?
Yeah, so this is actually now the video from today, Marni. And again, I can tell because of the T-shirt. I noticed that he was wearing a T-shirt today. So this is just from about a few minutes ago. So he looked forward the whole time, as you see. That's his public defender who did most of the talking. Didn't look back at all. Seemed a little fidgety when he first came in, but basically it had the same sort of vibe that he did the last two other times that I saw him, the last time here in Idaho and the first time in Pennsylvania. His public defender did most of the talking, explained that she had already reached out to the prosecution and that they agreed on this June date. And then the judge basically had to question Kohberger and make sure that he was okay with waiving his right to a speedy preliminary hearing, because the way the law works here in Idaho, you're supposed to have your preliminary hearing within 14 days of getting arrested. This is obviously going to be 6 months out, so the judge had to get on the record with Kohberger that he was okay with waiving his right to a speedy preliminary hearing.
I don't want to put the cart before the horse here, Brian, but if and when this goes to trial, is there any discussion yet about a change of venue?
There is discussion, not officially in court at this point, but everybody's sort of talking about it in town. Because it seems like that could be a very real scenario that both sides could possibly agree on. I mean, this is a very, very small town. It's a college town. A lot of people knew the victims or were somehow connected to the victims. Almost everybody is connected to the university. So, you know, experts that we've interviewed really on both sides, defense attorneys and prosecutors, have said it might not be a bad idea to move the trial to perhaps a place like Boise.
Another step in what will be a long process. Bryan, thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.